Hello and welcome to Diabetes Connections in the News. I'm Stacey Sims, and these are the top diabetes stories and headlines of the past 7 days. As always, I'm going to link up my sources in the Facebook comments where we are live and in the show notes at diabetes-connections.com when this airs as a podcast, so you can read more if you want on your own schedule. In the News is brought to you by Real Good Foods. Find their entree bowls and all of their great products in your local grocery store, Target, or Costco. Our top story this week: type 2 diabetes has been identified for a while now as one of the main risk factors for severe COVID 19. New research from the University of Michigan says the culprit appears to be an enzyme called SETDB2, which is part of the reason why wounds don't heal well in some people with diabetes. Put very simply, as levels of this enzyme went down, inflammation during COVID went up. There is already a protein, interferon, that is known to increase levels of this enzyme. And these researchers hope their findings will help in clinical trials of interferon or other treatments. They say it is important to go through a patient's medical history to better target treatments for COVID. Interesting study about young adults and what these researchers call diabetes distress. Now, the study shows distress, which they don't really define, but what sounds like depression or burnout or other mental health struggles, is associated with higher A1Cs. Not too much of a surprise, but they also found it doesn't matter if these young adults are using insulin pumps or CGMs or multiple daily injections. This Yale study was done by looking at past surveys of more than 400 people aged 18 to 29 in New York, and they found while users of insulin pumps and CGMs have overall lower A1Cs, the benefit of device use diminishes when high diabetes distress is present. Certain racial and ethnic minorities develop type 2 diabetes at a younger age than white Americans, and that means current diabetes screening and prevention practices for them may be inadequate and inequitable. This Northwestern medicine study says American adults are diagnosed with type 2 at an average age of 50, but for Black and Mexican American adults, it's 4 to 7 years earlier, and more than 25% of that group report a diagnosis before turning 40. Now, recommended screening time is important, not just for better health, but because screenings are almost always only covered by insurance when the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommends them. If that name sounds familiar, we just talked about them. That's the group that recently announced new guidelines that lowered the recommended age from 40 to 35 to start screening adults who are overweight or obese for type 2. Future researchers should consider whether even earlier screening is indicated among individuals with exposure to social risk, these study authors say. Very early on, but promising results for what's being called a bioartificial pancreas. This is a tiny implantable device that holds insulin secreting cells in a compartment protecting them from the body's autoimmune response. The microencapsulation device has the potential to be an autonomous system that would not require constant refilling and replacement of insulin cartridges, according to these researchers. The prototype has two separate chambers, one that collects nutrients from the device's surroundings and one that houses the protected cells. A lot of work before this one's ready for clinical trials. More to come, including news about a T1D superhero movie. But first, I want to tell you about one of our great sponsors who helps make Diabetes Connections possible. It is Real Good Foods, where the mission is be real good. They make nutritious foods, grain free, high in protein, never added sugar, and from real ingredients. I bought their new entree bowls recently, and I got to tell you, I got the lasagna, which was great, and the lemon chicken, which I really liked. The lemon chicken uses hearts of palm pasta instead of regular noodles, which I thought sounded kind of odd, but it tasted great. They keep adding to the menu line. You can buy online or find a store near you with their locator right on the website. I'll put a link in the Facebook comments, and as always at diabetes-connections.com. Back to the news now, and a big boost for diabetes camps. Lilly Diabetes is committing nearly $1 million over the next 3 years in a joint effort with the Helmsley Charitable Trust to the Type 1 Diabetes Camps Initiative. Now, the money is going specifically to nonprofit diabetes camping organizations nationwide, serving low-income youth living with T1D. It's also going to help diabetes camps adapt to the physical requirements of COVID-19 and better serve kids living with diabetes via capital improvements. And finally, a new movie with a superhero who lives with type 1 is coming to theaters next summer called Gumshi, the Type 1 Protector. It's created by Jermaine Hargrove, who was diagnosed with type 1 15 years ago as an adult. The main character, Justice Johnson, has diabetes, but that is not the cause of her superpower. That comes from the bubble gum she's always chewing. She is able to shoot gum from her palms to help save the world. The American Diabetes Association is partnering on the film and promoting it. One of the big themes in the movie is health equity. It looks adorable. There's a terrific teaser video that I will link up. And there's a great article in Diabetes Mind all about this, which I will link up as well. Hargrove says bubble gum brings everybody together. He says, like music, it's everywhere. I am excited about this, but I have to say, if this had come out when my kids were little, I would be hiding all of the bubble gum. If you watch the teaser, she's shooting it everywhere. She's using it to create bridges. She's running around like Spider-Man. So, I mean, it looks really cute. But knowing my kids, again, I would have to hide the gum. Watch for the trailer on World Diabetes Day, November 14th. Full film will be released next summer. And that is in the news. Please join me wherever you get podcasts for our next episode. The one out right now is with Ethan Orr, the Colorado high school swimmer removed from his meet because of the medical tape over his CGM. And send me your Dear Dr. Banting audio. What would you like to say to the man credited with the discovery of insulin? Dear Dr. Banting, how would you fill that in? All of the details on how to send your audio to me is in the show notes. And that's in the news for this week. If you like it, please share it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here soon.